Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk a little bit about morality. Now, as usual, I'm very interested to know what you guys think, but at the same time, I know I'm going to be talking about some controversial topics in this video, so if you can't be civil, I will delete your comments. I'm not a fan of the flame wars that sometimes happen in the YouTube comments, and this is a small enough channel that I can regulate that sort of thing. Firstly, the topic of religion. For some people that I've met, religion seems to be inherently about morality, or morality is inherently about religion. And it's a weird thing for me because I've always separated the two. I know that the Bible deals a lot with morality and a lot with the religious aspect of Christianity, as well as I'm sure other religious texts that I haven't studied nearly as much. It seems to me like the whole, Son of God, believe in God, that sort of thing, God created the world, that sort of thing is the religious aspect of it. But the, don't flaunt your charity, don't flaunt your religion, be kind to others, that sort of thing is the morality aspect of it. It's a lot of the moral philosophy of it, which is totally separate. For some people, it seems like if you're not a Christian, then you're lacking a certain part of morality. I've only met a few people that say stuff like that, but it's very, very odd to me, and it seems to justify a lot of really heinous acts, even though they claim that the people that did the Crusades and all that sort of thing, they were in the wrong, they weren't real Christians. But then, when it comes to things like Israel, topics tend to get very, very heated because they justify a lot of the atrocities that Israel commits. And I'm once again going to say that I don't want to flame war in the comments section. I don't want people attacking me for my disapproval of Israel's actions. I don't give a shit about that sort of thing. You can disagree with me all you want, just don't be a bully about it, okay? Good. I think the most interesting alternative philosophy that I've ever come across when it comes to morality is hedonism. Hedonism is basically an alternative philosophy saying that good and evil is not what matters, it's pleasure and pain. So a lot of the time, hedonism is applied to people that, go out and drink, drugs, sex, all sorts of things like that, and just go crazy with it because, it's pleasurable, and negating the painful aspects of life just for the sake of it. I have read into it a little bit, and there have been schools of thought that are considered hedonistic and are technically hedonistic that actually praise altruism for its ability to make the person being altruistic feel good. Now, I don't think that if you're acquiring a good feeling from that's not necessarily altruism, if that's the main goal, but it is an interesting thought that, giving to other people for the sake of giving to other people can be a hedonistic aspect of philosophy. And I think that's a really interesting morality, pleasure and pain rather than good and evil. I'd like to see if anyone has any other philosophies that they've heard about or practice or anything like that. I'd like to see, some of that too. But when it comes to the typical, good and evil basis of morality, I practice that as much as I can. I can't say that I'm, a beacon of goodness. That's definitely bullshit whenever anyone tries to tell you that. So don't ever believe that anyone is purely good. Basically what I'm saying there is no one is a complete polar extreme of anything. No one is completely good, no one is completely evil, and that includes Hitler. Yeah, I know you're going to bring that up. That applies to anything. On the hedonistic spectrum, no one lives a completely pleasurable life without pain, and no one lives a completely painful life without pleasure. That's just the fact of it. Morality is an interesting topic, and typically I take the generally accepted, the popular route in today's society when it comes to morality. I've come to dislike the word charity. It implies that I'm better than the person that I'm giving to, which I may be better off, but I would rather give for the sake of giving to another human being than give because they don't have as much as I do, if that makes any sense. I was reading a magazine article and it mentioned an organization, I think it was called Solidarity, Not Charity, which I think is a really interesting way of putting it. I would rather have solidarity with humanity than give to someone because I feel more empowered than they do. That just doesn't seem quite right to me. I don't know, going off on a tangent there. I guess I'm always going on a tangent, whatever. But yeah, morality is an interesting topic, I think, and I'd like to hear what you guys think about it. So please, if you can, leave the most complex, fucking long explanation of your opinions on morality that you possibly can. Now you can type out as much as you want, and I will probably read it unless it's, like I said, bullying, in which case I will get rid of it if I can. I'm not sure if I can now. Whatever. I don't comment anymore anyway. I love you guys, and Dylan, I will see you tomorrow. One of these days I should do a close-up vlog just because I can.